Okay, I can't reach it and I'm really not feeling like bending over. Hey guys, it's Abby, and today I will be talking about my fake tanning routine. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and to click the subscribe button so you can check out my other videos when I post them. And other than that, let's just jump right into the video. So when I usually self-tan like once a week, usually either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. It just depends on the week. So some days it might be a little longer than a week, some days it might be a little shorter depending on when I self-tanned the week before. But I start out by exfoliating, and I do not have it with me, but I have a mitt that I bought off of Amazon. It's like an exfoliating glove. It looks basically like a winter glove, except it has more of a rough texture, and you just put it on when you're in the bath or the shower or wherever you're planning on exfoliating, and you basically just lather it up with soap and just rub it wherever you need to exfoliate, and the self-tanner comes off along with the dead skin cells when you are rubbing. It's really gross, but that is how you get the fake tanner off. You don't want to wait for it to fade all the way off, because when you do wait for it to fade all the way off, it does get splotchy and patchy because some areas fade faster than others. So it is no longer a smooth tan, it is just patchy, and it looks kind of like you have a disease, to be honest. So I exfoliate it. I either take a bath or a shower. If I take a bath, I use my bath bomb. More will come off that way, the softer your skin is. And so then I will just get out of the bathtub and step on over to the shower right next to it, and then I will use a soap and the mitt to exfoliate all the stuff off of my skin. And then if I'm just taking a shower, I will just do that last thing after I wash my hair, everything, because then my skin has more time to soak up the water and to get softer and easier to exfoliate. So then after that, basically it just gets into the tanning part. Whenever I choose to tan, whether it be the next day after I showered or that night or whenever it is, I will take this mitt, and it is dirty on this side because I just tanned last night, but this side is relatively tan free, and this is from Tarte, and it was either $4 or $6, I don't remember. But this is a tanning mitt by Tarte, and I use this because if you just use your bare hands when you're tanning, then the tanning stuff will get all over the palms of your hands and your actual hands, and then your hands will turn out like 10 shades darker than your body because there were so many layers that were put on your hands while you were putting layers on the rest of you, if that makes sense. So I use this tanning mitt, and it is very good. I've been using it for a while now, and I really like how it works, and it works very well for me. And the tanning stuff I use is, I don't exactly know how to say this, St. Marie's maybe, and it is in dark because I find that dark is less orangey. It's still kind of orangey just because most fake tanners are orangey unless you're going to pay like $1,000 for a fake tanner, although I am planning on getting another fake tanner at some point soon and trying that one out and seeing how I like that one. But this is the one I've been using for a little while. I've gone through so many fake tanners, and this one has been my favorite so far. I get this at Ulta, and I believe it is $14.99. But basically what I do is I would take the cap off, and I just put a couple pumps on here, and I start with my left leg, and then I work on up from my left leg, do all the way up to my neck. I don't do my face because I find that my skin doesn't really like when I put fake tanner on it. It tends to get irritated and break out. So I do not do my face. I leave off at my neck, and then I do my ears, and then I do the rest of me. I just don't do my face. Like, my face is the only thing I don't do, but I make sure and I get a darker foundation for my skin color, and I make sure it matches my fake tanner. So then when I put foundation on, then my face and my neck are the same color. So basically I start from my left leg, I move on up to my neck, my ears, and then I move on to my right arm, and then I take the glove off and put it on my right hand, and then I do my left arm, and then I do my right leg. And I usually do one coat, but sometimes if I'm having a particularly, I don't know, pale week, I mean, they're all pale weeks for me, but sometimes I will go and do that whole process again with a second layer. but usually after I do my right leg, then I will go with a second coat on my neck, because for some reason my neck doesn't take the tanner as well as the rest of me does. So it tends to be a lot lighter on my neck. And I don't like when my neck is like 10 shades darker than my hands, which it still ends up being like that usually, just because for some reason my neck doesn't really hold the tanner in very well. And then it usually lasts me for about 5 to 7 days before it starts fading. It will fade a little bit, like it won't be quite as dark, like it'll be like dark for a few days and then it will start fading. But it usually lasts me about 5 to 7 days before it starts really fading and before it starts getting like patchy or coming off on me. But my hands are definitely the first thing that starts getting patchy, because that's the thing that is washed the most. The more you wash, the more it like easy it is to come off. Like I'm kind of a germaphobe, so I wash my hands like a lot. So my hands are definitely the first thing that the fake tanner comes off. So if I'm having a particularly like week where I wash my hands like a lot and it comes off within the first few days, then I will just add another layer to darken them up again. Oh, and I also want to mention that this fake tanner, well, all of them, they do like have a fake tanner smell. And that's kind of my biggest problem, because the morning, like I do it at night and then I sleep. So it's like a full like 12-ish hours before I get in the shower and rinse off the, I don't know what it's called. But it's like when you put it on, it has like kind of a weird coloring to it. And it's just so you can see where you're putting the fake tanner on, so you know where you put it and if it's going to be patchy. Make sure you get all the spots, and then it develops overnight into the actual tan, or like over, I think it says 4 to 6 hours, but for best results allow 4 to 6 hours before showering, perspiring, applying suntan lotion, or going for a swim. I mean, you can't really control if you sweat. Like, wait 4 to 6 hours before you sweat. Like, you can't be like, oh hey, like body, don't sweat. Like, that's not how it works. But anyway, so I leave it on overnight. I usually put on, most of the time, usually like a sports bra and a pair of shorts even in the winter, because I can't stand the feeling of like a blanket over a pair of like sweatpants. Like I just can't stand it, because I feel like there's just too many layers, and then the sweatpants get like all tangled up in the sheets, and like it's not comfortable for me. But when I fake tan, I put on a sweatshirt and a pair of sweatpants to try to minimize like anything that would get on my sheets, or maybe like minimize the smell a little bit. And I think it does work a little bit, but it does smell like fake tanner, and my room currently does smell like fake tanner because I tanned last night, and my skin usually does smell like it for about a day afterwards. It's usually like a day afterwards, like I can still smell it on my skin. And then like once you like get through your second shower, then like the smell goes away more. So then pretty much by the second day, then you shouldn't smell like fake tanner anymore, or at least like barely at all. And then once I'm ready to take it off, I either take a shower or a bath, and then I exfoliate it off again and then apply more. And it's just a cycle, like every week. So that is it. That is my fake tanning routine, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope it was helpful. And I will see you tomorrow for another 25 days of Christmas video. Bye.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up those shoes of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle